Yay what?
Yay math!
Good job. All right, welcome for the next installment of Mathema-GYPTIAN. The silence is profound. Okay, so we're going to do 3 problems as we promised. Mathema-GYPTIAN begins with 4x squared minus 25y squared minus 8x minus 96 equals 0. Okay, so you probably already know what to do. Yes?
Do you move the 96 to the right?
Yes, let's move the 96 to the right. What else can we do?
Move the y squared. Do you have to move the y
The
squared?
8.
You also want
No,
to
we want to group the x's.
Oh, just group the x's.
Let's group the x's. So we have 4x squared minus 8x minus 25y squared plus 96 on both sides equals 96.
Can you factor out a 4?
Factor out 4. You're on it. 4. All right, what's this
X
x called?
squared minus 2.
2x. Leave a space. What's this act called? What are we doing?
Completing the square.
Completing the square. Bravo. Equals 25y squared equals 96. That's good.
Plus 1.
More.
Can't you factor out an x also?
No.
You can. However, that's not part of the completing the square action.
Can you plus 1?
My ears. I've got Pharaoh ears. Yeah, the reason why is that we want to keep this as a trinomial. Trinomial has an x squared, an x, and just a constant. Indeed, GCF though is 4x. We're just going to take the number out so we can do the completing the square magic here. Adding a new c term. So what is the new c that we're going to add here?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. So did we add 1 to both sides of this equation?
No.
No, 4.
No, we didn't. We added 4 to both sides of this equation. Questions about why?
Yeah. You should probably.
Was that, yeah?
Oh,
Distribute.
You're multiplying.
because when you multiply it through.
Yeah. If we were to
Okay.
distribute this 4, it's like we added 4 to this entire equation on the left. Thus, adding 1 in parentheses is really like adding 4 in reality. Bless your soul! Okay, so now we go 4, complete the square, x,
Plus 2.
X
Plus
minus
9.
x minus 1.
That's
Good.
what I meant.
I know. I believe you. Minus 25y squared equals 96 plus 4.
100.
100. How convenient. Divide both sides. Yes,
By 100.
incorrect grammar. Divide both sides by 100, indeed. So if everything is divided by 100, what happens to the 4 and 100 underneath?
They reduce.
Turn 25.
X minus 1
X
over
20.
Squared 25.
25
Yeah.
minus y squared over
4.
4 equals 1. Again, how do you know definitively that it's a hyperbola?
Minus.
The minus between and both of them squared? Okay, cool. So we're going to leave that up. I'm going to take off the work in order to get there. And we're going to graph it right above. Cool. What's the center?
1, 0.
1, 0. Does this parabola open lefties, righties, or uppies, downies?
Up.
No, left,
Left,
right.
Left and right.
Lefties, righties. How do you know it opens lefties, righties based on this?
X is bigger,
How do you know the x component is bigger?
because 5 is bigger than 2.
No, that's a good guess. Even if 25 were here, under y, it would still open left and
Oh,
right.
you have to subtract it, and the bigger number has
Right,
to be
the
in
bigger
front.
number, yeah, because if we talked about this briefly, if we were to say, gravity, if we were to say heart minus square equals 1, by definition, which one's bigger, heart or square?
Heart.
Heart.
Heart. So this component is bigger. This component is smaller. The bigger component is x, thus, since x is a left or right thing, we open left and right. Okay, so how far left and right do we go?
5.
5, bravo. Let's put it down. So this is 1, 0. 5.
6.
Did you drop something? 6, 0.
And then negative 4, 0.
Negative 4, 0.
Wait, so then you would go up and down whatever's under the 1.
Yes, up and down.
And that's
Two.
because the
Three,
square root
four,
of the
five.
25,
It's
right?
two.
Yes, yeah, you got
So
it.
you go up 2 and down 2.
Up 2, down 2. Here. Here. Okay.
Now the
So let's make the box, right? Because it's hyperbola. Over and over. Okay, again, we agreed that this thing is a lefties righties, so we can go ahead and do that. However, what we need to do is, just keep in mind,
we do the arrows.
yeah. Let's make the tater tots. Totem bowls. And what did we say yesterday?
Totes.
Asymptotes my goats.
Oh, right. From
Totes my goats, Jobin. Okay. So these are asymptotes. Asymptotes bound the hyperbola. Again, for clarity's sake, the answer, the graph of the hyperbola is only the stuff in red here. None of the box and stuff. That's just aids to graph. Please.
Do you have to find the slope between this from the center to the corner of the box?
Yeah, those are called the equations of the asymptotes. We'll do that at the end.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and see let's do foci first. Equation for foci,
C
squared
Equals a squared minus b
Plus b squared.
plus b squared.
plus b squared, right. Minus in the equation, plus in the focal one.
When it's subtraction, is it?
So, yeah, if this is minus, that means it's an ellipse one, in which that's a plus over here, right? Minus in the hyperbola, plus in the equation. C squared. C is what? What does it mean?
The
Focal
focal
distance.
Focal
Distance.
distance. Yeah, it's the distance to the focus. 25 plus 4, 29. C equals plus or minus root 29. Can root 29 simplify?
No.
No, it's prime. So, do you agree that the focus has to be either, well, not do you agree, are the focal points on the left and right or the up and down?
left.
Left and right. So you're thinking, do it in
On the outside of the
Green.
outside over here. Green. I take requests. So there was green,
Wait, how
do you
know they're on left and right and not up and down?
Because on the major axis.
because they're on inside. And I'm glad you brought that up. There are definitions for these axes for a hyperbola. Major axis is for the ellipse, minor axis for the ellipse. These two have names. The transverse axis.
Conjugate.
Yeah. Transverse axis. I'm personally not a fan of vocab. Just be very transparent about that. I don't like it. I think it's unnecessary. But I guess the reason we do it is so that we're all talking about the same thing. You know, transverse axis is the equivalent to major axis. Okay. So how far is the transverse axis in this case? If we started at 1 and went this far left and this far right, how far is that whole thing? 10. It's 10. Yeah, so that's 10. And then conjugate axis.
Is the minor axis?
Yeah, conjugate axis is the minor axis. How far up and down did we go?
4.
2, so total of 4. Very good, very good. Okay, and so C, I already know which one, either X or Y of this.
So Y is 0.
The Y, how do I know the Y is 0?
Because you're not moving any
Because it's on the
Right.
anyway.
Right, we didn't move up or down, did we? We're just moving, right. So 0.
So then
Over
you're
here
gonna
too?
have- Yes.
0. And now we started at what point for X?
6 on the right. Oh, wait, 1.
1. And we moved from 1 how far?
6 plus,
Not 6.
5.
oh, 5 plus,
No.
Five.
Start at 1. Good guesses though.
5.5.
We start, it's sort of like 5.5, but where did we start?
1.
1.
1.
Oh, so 1 plus
1 plus
29,
root 29. Yeah.
and then 1 minus.
1 plus root 29. 1 minus root 29. Again, we start at the center and go focal distance left and right in this case. Okay, now let's go ahead and get the equations of the asymptotes.
Is that like point and slope?
Yes, point slope form. How does it start?
y
y
minus
minus something, y1,
equals
m,
x
x minus
Something.
something. Yeah. Okay, so we need a point that both of the lines touch.
The center.
The center,
One, zero.
what point is that? 1, 0.
so y minus
Y minus
minus
0,
zero.
so I'm just gonna go as y. Y minus 0 is y. X minus
One.
1. Slope, going from this point to the corner, like you said, up and over. How far up?
up to right 5.
How far over?
5.
So this is also down to right 5, so we can make this slope
Plus or
plus or
negative.
minus. This is the positive slope going left to right, like a stock market going up. That's how you can tell positive lines. And this is a negative slope going down, negative 2 over 5 times x minus 1. Yes, please.
Can you turn it into slope-intercept form?
Sure.
I mean, do you need
Yeah.
to or?
No, it's preferred not. But this would just be a simple distribution. You would do that. Yes?
So is it always going to be the case where it's the rise over the run, but it's the half of the major and minor axis?
Yeah. Yeah. B and A, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes?
So when they ask for asymptote slopes, do you give them that equation or just plus or negative 2 over 5?
The slope of the asymptote,
Is the plus
plus or minus 2 over
So
5.
you just write that one they
Right.
ask for?
The equation of the asymptotes themselves. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Good question. So let me look. Oh my God. It's so busy. It's crazy.
It's a work of art.
It's definitely
It's
colorful.
our, what do they call it? Hieroglyph.
Hieroglyphics! Right.
Yay!
One day, mankind will see that this. I don't even know what I'm drawing now.
It's
Whoa.
a person.
Yeah.
It's you.
And then ooh. So apparently there were squirrels in ancient Egypt. This is your hieroglyphic stance. All right.
That was exciting.
My hieroglyphics. Oh!
Oh!
Oh! I know. Oh, it's like the nose fell off. No, you don't like it because you worked really hard on that.
Wasn't that good?
We have to.
No, not in green, not in green.
I want to do it in like a new era. It was rebuilt.
But in the same color.
I'm gonna do it. Oh, rebuilt in the same color? Okay. As long as you can see.
I feel like terrible.
That's so thick.
I know, because it's like better cement
That's not
5
even-
centuries later.
It's a new, yeah.
Oh
I'm gonna cry. I was crying deep inside.
There you go. Okay.
What?
Sorry.
Oh.
She's in APR, and that's the disgrace.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, her honor wasn't too badly insulted. Okay, so this one's what you guys asked for as a picture one. You're looking on number 11 in the book.
I don't have it.
I'll draw it for you. All right, so this is the point 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And this is 3, negative 5.
What's the center?
Ah, yeah. Ears are pulled. I know. I'm just gonna go with my own ears, not Pharaoh ears today.
There's a cheetah on the side of your head. I just noticed.
I know.
That's like saying there's a spider on the side of them.
That's so scary.
What does
Looking
cheetahs
at
have?
me.
Do cheetahs have anything to do with Egypt?
Nope.
Why is there
They make good Egyptian costumes. All right, and then you had I count a space of 2 over. It's 1. And a space of 2 over here. The other. Okay, so essentially we have 3, 5 as the center, or excuse me, 3, negative 5 as the center, 2 left and 2 right, and a hyperbola going left to right. Goal, write the equation. Okay, immediately we could start writing this equation. Plus or minus between them?
Minus.
Minus.
Are both squared?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do we know
Center.
the center
Yes. Left equals 1.
3.
equals 1? That's right, let me move this a little to the left. Here,
Wait, why does it equal 1?
all of the hyperbolas and ellipses both equal 1.
So
Oh.
x minus 3 squared
X minus 3 squared
minus y
minus
plus 5
y plus 5
equals 1.
squared equals 1, bless you, over and over, right? How did we know that x was first? Why didn't I put y squared first?
Because it's not, it's a
X comes before
Oh, no.
Y.
X comes before y. If x comes before y, what type of hyperbola is it?
A longy.
A outie,
That's
this kind?
No, I mean, yeah.
Like that one.
This kind,
Yeah.
as opposed to this kind,
Uppy downy.
uppy downy.
It's a
How would you know from the equation that it was an uppy downy?
Y
If
comes before it.
y was first. Yes, yes. Do that over here.
Wait,
Which is bigger, heart or square? Heart's bigger.
that one looks like it's
And
smaller.
so this one, what?
Make it the heart bigger because it looks.
Oh,
like
you want it
it's
to be
smaller.
like bigger in theory and in practice?
Yeah. Yay.
Size of your heart's so big!
That's what I should have
Thump, thump,
done.
thump, thump.
From.
From.
Oh,
Alright, so, check it out, bless you. How far did we go to the vertices? From here. 2 each direction, right? So if we went 2 here and 2 here,
so 4.
4.
so 4 is under x or y?
X.
X.
X, very good.
Because it's the trans. So.
Transverse is the one that is where the action is, you know.
So we haven't got it.
Yeah, it may actually be smaller than the conjugate axis. It may
Your
actually be
razor
smaller.
fell.
I know. No more hieroglyphics. So then we have this over here. And now we need to know how far up and down we went. And you look closely at the box. What other point did this line intersect? What other point?
The x-axis.
No, here, does it intersect x-axis? Look at the graph.
The center.
I see the point. What do you see here? Up here, what's a good solid point that it goes through? If you're looking at your books, I see
1.
5, negative 2.
5, negative 2. I was looking at that one. 5, negative 2. Okay. 5, negative 2. That means
Whoa.
how far to the right is this point?
2.
2.
And how far up
2.
did the asymptote go? Far up, from negative 5 to negative 2.
3.
3. 3. So let's go ahead and make the box for us then. Down 3, over 2, up 3, over 2. There we go. So that means it's up and down 3. Any questions about that? Please feel free. It's I. Okay. So it's up and down 3. That would make this what?
9.
9. Done.
Boom.
All we had to do was write the equation.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was a good one. Eraser
What number was
fell.
that in the book?
That was number 11.
13.
13.
Yeah.
Justin
Don't
Bieber
erase
hair,
it.
but.
Don't erase it.
Did I erase it?
No, I mean the
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What?
Oh, you cut some of the river
Missed
off.
it.
No, you cut some of the river off.
It's okay.
Bad Egyptian.
Bad Egyptian.
Go to the Nile.
Yeah.
Take your
Oh,
time
you
out.
have to do that joke, right?
Fuck that Egyptian.
That song's in that like Just Dance 2 thing. I've done it.
Wait, that'd be fun.
It's really
Can we
fun.
play that in song?
I see you asleep.
Fuck like an Egyptian.
cards. We should make up a song for you.
Yeah, we should.
You should have like a theme song, like before all your videos start, it should play before. You have
That's your stuff. You're like, you could be like, yay, math. This is me making up a song that I do, like rolling
Can
all
you filter to a
the
recording studio?
math and what?
Yeah.
Filter to a recording studio?
That'd be cool. Or we can invite them to come over.
No, but we
Let's
need to
invite
go
them
there
here.
because we can see
Math
the
is a really cool thing. So get off your app and do something.
Get off your math and do something. Okay. Pun intended. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ow!
2, 3, 4.
He's hitting.
Who just hit you?
Okay, so here you go. Immediately,
Graphs.
what do I know if these are the vertices? One more, you guys. You're doing great.
7 and 7. Just kidding, I don't know.
7 and 7 we'll get to. But immediately, what do I know if these are the
They're gonna
vertices?
go-
Yes.
They're gonna open
Up and open, up and
down, up and down.
right.
Upsy down.
They're gonna up and down.
Uppy downies. There they go there. And there. So if we open up and down, what does that mean for our equation?
It is gonna start with Y.
It's going to start with y. So we put in our equation y squared minus x. Okay. My eraser. There we go.
Oh my god, he just erased it.
You're doing well.
Hyperventilation.
That was so mean. Was that to see if I was paying attention?
No, it wasn't.
Because I didn't
I was
notice.
I was seeking your approval.
That wasn't approved.
Okay, now we know.
Too little, too late.
Why don't you erase Matthew? Oops.
Matthew. Well, we have the time. Okay, so y is first. Do we know the center of this particular hyperbola?
The center.
No, not yet.
Well, it's not gonna be 0, 0.
It's somewhere
It's
on
in
the
the center
ground.
of the
Is it
vertex.
0,
Here it
0?
Right there.
Yeah,
There it
it's
is.
there.
There it is.
Indeed, the center is right here.
Because
Right there, right
the y
there.
for the x value
Right
doesn't
there.
change.
Yeah,
and
right.
it's already
Yeah.
on the y-axis.
Center, we moved up and down 4. So indeed, it's 0, 0. So I don't even need to write y minus 0, x minus 0. I can just write y squared minus x squared equals 1. But now, I need to know what I'm dividing by. So y is how far up and down or left and right?
Up and down.
Up and down. So how far up and down do we go?
Wait, what does that say? Y squared minus
Well,
x squared
eight.
equals
Yeah.
1?
Yeah.
That's a
How far
1.
up and down? 4 each way?
Yeah, but together 8, so 64.
No, no. Good guess. Slightly off. Up 4, down 4.
So 60.
Transverse axis, 16. Yes. Okay. And now the conjugate axis means, what did you say at the beginning? How far?
7.
7 and 7.
How'd you get this?
Because it's 14.
14 is
right.
the whole thing. Okay, so 7 and 7, meaning over what? Almost.
49.
49.
49. Is that clear over here? Yeah, you're good. So 49.
Best mathematician ever.
You want to do more?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, give yourselves a hearty applause.
You're killing it here,
Okay, so that was that. Do you like the eyeliner? Yeah, you can do it. Okay, say bye. Say bye.
Bye.